Like a whole disaster in my garden. Like, look at these leaves. Like, god damn. This is crazy. They ate this thing all the way to the bristle. Like, everything is gone. Like, what in the world is going on? We're gonna have to figure this out. The tomatoes all falling over, the broccoli all flowering and stuff and looking crazy. What in the world is this? Is this aphids? Like, this is crazy. Like, look how it done took over all my broccoli. Now, I guess my beans done because they died out, man. They not producing no more. So we just gonna keep on letting these Jones rock out. And then we're gonna go ahead and plug them. I don't know what's going on with these potatoes. I got the baby reds and the rusted. Since they dropped on the ground, man, I don't even know if they producing in the bag. Man, my girl keep on checking the flop on the side, but we ain't seeing no potatoes. Look at this, look at this. A whole bunch of holes in my strawberry leaves. Like, we didn't have this problem last year. Like, what's going on? I just don't know. It's just like a whole disaster in my garden, man. My garden is getting out of control. I got bugs chewing on my collard greens. I got beetles tearing through my strawberries. I got tomatoes falling all over the place. I got plants that need to get pulled up. So today, y'all, we about to do a walkthrough through the garden to see what needs to get fixed so we can get this place back together. Let's get to work. All right, y'all, so let's start over here with these collard greens. So over here is my collard greens bed. So this is only supposed to be my collard greens bed. But as you can see, we got tomatoes popping up from last year because I had a lot of tomatoes that just dropped and disintegrated, left their seeds, and now they producing a whole bunch of babies. So this is just supposed to be my collard greens bed. But I started my collard greens probably early or late spring, and they was doing good. They was flourishing out, but as soon as the summer hit, bro, we started having a lot of pest problems. Like, the bugs start attacking all of my collard greens, and as you can see, bro, it's a whole bunch of holes all in my leaves. Let me flip the camera around so y'all can get a close little look. All right, y'all, so this is how we looking, man. So y'all see all of these holes, bro? Like, look at all of these holes, bro. So it's some type of caterpillar or some type of moth that lay they babies underneath the leaf, and then once the babies hatch, they start eating all over my leaves. So me and my girl was going to scavenge through the leaves and try to see if we could find some good collard green leaves, but it looked like all of these things is done. You know what I'm saying? It looked like we just gonna pull all of this up with these tomatoes that's just growing all over the place. That is crazy, like how many tomatoes we got still coming, y'all. And these are the last year tomatoes, y'all. They just disintegrated and the seeds just got left behind, and then they just produced a whole bunch of little plants and babies, y'all. But yeah, it seemed like we just gonna have to pull these collard greens up and just restart, because look at this, bro. This is crazy, bro. Like, this is a whole disaster. Like, this is crazy. So we just gonna probably restart, you know what I'm saying? Probably I'm gonna start germinating some seeds so we could start restarting during the fall time. But I'm gonna have to pull all of this up because, yeah, this is done. This is done. And I was just going, you know what I'm saying, clip the leaves off and just, you know what I'm saying, see if we could get some good new leaves from the stalk. But I don't know, man. I feel like this joint is infested with a whole bunch of bugs. They done laid their babies all over the place. So yeah, we probably just gonna go ahead and pull this up, man. Yeah, the collard greens done. I was gonna try to scavenge some collard greens from here, but it seemed like we ain't gonna be able to scavenge nothing. There's a whole bunch of holes in them, whole bunch of, you know what I'm saying, babies on them, like little baby worms and stuff on them. So we just gonna pull them jumps up and we gonna restart even this area right here. So I'm thinking this probably gonna be like a herb bed, because for real, this year we just left this bed alone. This was actually my strawberry bed last year, but the strawberries didn't really take off over here because we had them, you know what I'm saying, move them because it was too shaded over here. And we had a chipmunk problem that kept on coming over here stealing my berries. So we end up, you know what I'm saying, putting them in the raised bed, putting them in pots and stuff. And our strawberries actually doing good over there, but we still got another problem with some beetles chewing on our leaves. But I'm gonna show y'all. But yeah, y'all, we probably just gonna restart this bed and make it like a herb bed or something. But we're gonna have to pull all of this up and restart it. So we ain't gonna be able to scavenge no collard greens. So we just gonna pull all of this up and throw it in the compost. So let's go ahead and move on to the middle of the garden. All right, y'all. So over here is my cucumber bed, and as you can see, they look like they was doing good, but then they just stopped producing, man. I don't know if they not getting pollinated or something. I don't know what's going on. The crazy part is I had more cucumbers producing in a 10-gallon pot than in the raised bed. Like, I don't know what's going on. So we probably gonna have to restart our cucumbers. We already harvest probably like 6 cucumbers over here. Then we got another one right here growing. And I don't think these got pollinated, so them gonna end up falling off. But yeah, man, we probably gonna have to restart our cucumbers too, man. Or, you know what I'm saying, probably put some fertilizer in it. But I've been fertilizing. And I know it's a little dry. Yeah, it's a little dry, so I probably gotta put some water in there. But I don't know what's going on with my cucumbers, but you know what I'm saying? We're gonna try to have some faith in them, man. So I'm gonna keep on letting them rock out, put some fertilizer in there, water them, and see what happens. But yeah, y'all, these my cucumbers. Now let's go over here to the middle of the garden over here. All right, y'all. So let's come over here. So over here, y'all, we got our broccoli and our tomatoes. So one thing that I found out was you do not supposed to grow broccoli in the summertime. Well, the times that you're supposed to grow broccoli is, or the time that you're supposed to grow broccoli is either early springtime or the fall time. You do not supposed to grow broccoli in the summertime. And if you do, you will get something like this. They will start flowering. They will not build up that cluster form that you're looking for. They gonna start, you know what I'm saying? Basically, what you call it? Flaring out, you know what I'm saying? So you do not supposed to grow broccoli in the summertime, and if you do, you will get a whole bunch of seed pods. But now that I know that, I would not be growing broccoli no more in the summertime, but we're gonna be pulling all of this up because now it's a whole bunch of like caterpillars and some type of bug laying babies on them and stuff, and it's starting to, and you know what I'm saying, basically take over my whole little area over here. You know what I'm saying? Infest my whole area right here. Matter of fact, let me show y'all. It's some bugs right here. It's like some little baby bugs that just got laid, you know what I'm saying, on my collard green leaf. Or I mean on my what you call it? I can't even think of it. On my broccoli leaf. Like, look at this, y'all. Like, look at this. Y'all see that? Like, y'all see them eggs right there? Like, what in the world is this, bro? Like, I don't know what type of bug, what type of beetle, what type of caterpillar is laying this, but they got to go, y'all. So what we're gonna end up having to do is pull all of this up, y'all, cause everything gonna end up being infested. Everything gonna end up being infested, and we don't need that problem, y'all. Like, look at this. Like, is these aphids? Like, what in the world is this, bro? Like, they didn't took over my whole broccoli plant. So what we're gonna do is just pull all of this up. I was gonna put it in a compost, but I don't want my compost, you know what I'm saying, end up being infested because I end up putting a whole bunch of bugs and stuff in them. So then they end up making the compost their home. So we don't need that. So I probably end up, you know, burning this or something, figuring out what I'm gonna do with this to dispose it. You know what I'm saying? Because we can't have our compost getting infested. But yeah, y'all, the bugs is taking over the garden. Now let's move over here. So over here is my beans. So these are my pinto beans. So I'm starting to think the beans is just done for this season, or they just can't grow no more because it ain't no space. Because this is just a little planter box, probably like 4 gallons, 5 gallons all together. So it really can't just stretch and go crazy. So now I know, you know what I'm saying, we probably gonna have to do our beans different next year so we can have them flourishing out and going crazy. But it seems like the beans is done. You know what I'm saying? They dying off and stuff. They finishing off they pods, and then they gonna start dying off and stuff. But over here, y'all, is our tomatoes. Now, I try to grow tomatoes in some fabric grow pots, and as you can see, it did not go well. We got some of the fabric pots lifting up off the ground, like right here. Like, look at this. This don't lifting up off the ground, like this don't flopping down, you know what I'm saying, falling all over our other plants. So we probably gonna have to pull all of this up. Like, I think this plant dead. Like, this plant look dead. Because look at the fruit. You see how the fruit getting wrinkled and stuff? So I think this plant dead. So we probably gonna have to pull all of this up, man. The only thing that's really doing good is the husky red tomatoes. Like, them Jones taking off. We got a whole bunch of them back here too. They still doing good. Look at all them jumps. Got a whole bunch of them ripening up right there. They doing good. But the lemon boys, and I thought the Roman, but them like the plum type tomatoes. I forgot what type of tomatoes is these. They not really doing as good as the husky red. So I'ma just pull all of this up. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have to figure out what we're gonna do. I might plant some more tomatoes. I might not. I'll probably just wait till next year, but I'm not probably gonna do the same thing. Or I'm not gonna do the same thing how I planted my tomatoes this year. They gonna either gonna have to go in a raised bed or they're gonna have to go in a bucket. Cause as you can see, them fabric pots do not have no weight and they just flopping all over the place. So we don't need that. And then as you can see, it look like a jungle over here. So we're not gonna do our tomatoes like that next year. But yeah, y'all, we're gonna pull all of this up like the collard greens and stuff. We're gonna have to restart all of that, the broccoli, tomatoes, you know what I'm saying? Our squash over there, that joint still doing good, but this was an accidental squash. This is a mystery squash. Like, I don't even know how it got here. I don't know if a bird pooped in the pot or something. I don't know how the squash got here, but it started growing and taking off. And as you can see, the squash doing good. Like, we got some big old squash, you know what I'm saying, coming and stuff. So we're gonna keep on letting this junk rock out. You know what I'm saying? I got harvest that junk because that junk too big. But yeah, the squash doing good. But this the first time I ever grew squash, and as you can see, is a success. But yeah, y'all, the squash doing good. That's the only thing that's really doing good in this area, in the husky reds. And the same thing over here. These are black beans. The black beans starting to die off. Like I said, I don't think it's enough room for it to really stretch out and go crazy. So next year I'll probably do the same thing, but I'm gonna have to probably have multiple planter boxes or something, you know what I'm saying? So I can have loads of beans, jars of beans. But as you can see, we still got a lot of pods that's still developing and growing and stuff. But they's taking off, y'all. You know what I'm saying? But they about to be finished pretty soon. So these my beans, tomatoes, and all that stuff in this area. So now let's go over here. So over here is basically supposed to be like my salad bed. So in this bed, I have a salad raised bed. So in this bed, I have spinach and I had romaine lettuce. And as you can see, the spinach was actually doing good and it was taking off, but I was trying to see when was the best time to harvest your spinach. And this was my first time ever growing spinach. So this was like an experiment, but now I can see, you know what I'm saying? It's real easy to grow spinach. It's not that hard. And when you're supposed to harvest spinach is when the leaves probably get, you know what I'm saying, this big. You see this big old leaf right there? That's probably when the leaf like ready to get harvested. But you see that junk dying. That junk supposed to been got harvest. So basically, like this bed was just like a little experiment trying to see like how I can grow things, how they develop, you know what I'm saying, and see like when you should harvest them and stuff. So next year we're gonna do the same thing. I probably plant the spinach somewhere else, but the only thing you really need is like high nitrogen fertilizer for your spinach so they could take off and be luscious and green. But other than that, they don't really need too much, you know what I'm saying? And then over here, I had my romaine lettuce, but my romaine lettuce end up start flowering because you don't really supposed to grow lettuce during the summertime either because, like I said, they start flowering like this. So, or you know what I'm saying, start producing seeds. So I'm gonna probably redo my lettuce during the fall time and the springtime so we could get some more, you know, salad and stuff. But other than that, y'all, this was like my little salad bed, little experiment, and it went good until like the summer and the heat came. But yeah, y'all, I'm gonna pull all of this up with everything and we're gonna restart everything. Now, let's move over here. All right, y'all, so over here is my strawberry zone. So when I first planted my strawberries right here, they was actually taking off and they was going crazy until the heat came. And then we start having this problem. Look at this. Y'all see all of these holes and bite marks in my leaves? This came from some type of beetle. I think it's a June bug. So these June bugs been coming all over my strawberry leaves and eating on my leaves, my berries, and they just been taking over my whole plant, y'all. So they started with this plant, and then once they came to this plant and I started killing them, they came over to my raised garden bed. And as you can see, we got a whole bunch of holes in these leaves over here too, bro. So they've been really destroying all of my strawberry plants, y'all. They've been going crazy. I'm trying to see if I can find one on here, but I've been trying to kill them with the torch. Like I bought a whole torch lighter. So when I see them, I torch them. Like you see right here, I've been torturing them, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like every time I spray them and stuff, it's like sometimes they fly away or it take a couple sprays for them to die. So I've been trying to stay on top of them, you know what I'm saying, to make sure my strawberries can develop and stuff. But they've been eating on the flowers, you know what I'm saying? They've been eating on the berries and everything, y'all. So my strawberries is getting demolished, bro. Like, look at this, bro. And the reason that I moved them right here is because I had a problem over there with the chipmunk. And I'm still having a problem with beetles, y'all. Now, I didn't have this problem last year for real. I didn't have no problem with bugs at all, probably like slugs and stuff, but not beetles, y'all. So now I'm gonna probably have to put like a mesh netting over all of my strawberries next year so I don't have this problem because I can't even really harvest no strawberries no more, y'all. Like earlier during the season, I was harvesting a lot of them, but now it's like every time they get just a little red, they get 8 on the head. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna have to figure this out. Like, look at this. You know what I'm saying? Every time I flip a strawberry over, they even got a little bite. Like, look at this. Told you. They got a hole or a bite mark in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they tearing up all of my strawberries. So we're gonna have to figure this out, y'all. I'm gonna try to grow some more. This whole area gonna be like a strawberry, you know what I'm saying, zone. Probably plant some more right here. You know what I'm saying? Some more back here. Cause there's a whole bunch of runners coming and stuff. So I'm gonna figure it out. But we're gonna have to figure out this problem, y'all, cause they is destroying all of my strawberries, bro. And this is blowing me, man. Cause I can't even harvest no more strawberries this year. And you see a strawberry still coming. All of them flowers is strawberries, but the beetles attacking them. So I'm gonna have to probably put like a mesh netting on them or something. I'm gonna have to figure it out because they tearing up all my strawberries, y'all. Look at this. That is crazy, man. So we're gonna have to figure it out, man. Now, over here is all of my fruit trees. Now, they've been attacking my fruit trees. So they started uh with the blackberry bush. But as you can see, they not on the blackberry bush like they, you know what I'm saying, was at first, because they was tearing them up like right here. They was tearing the leaves up right here, but then they end up stopping. They end up probably smelling other things around. Notice it was some sweeter things that they could eat on. Then they start attacking my strawberries. Then they start going after my blueberries. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at all of these hoes right here. Y'all see all of them hoes right there? Like, look at this. They demolished this junk right here. You know what I'm saying? Because I had to written. That's why I had to cover my blueberries with the mesh bag so they won't eat on them, because they doing damage like this. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully this don't, you know what I'm saying, affect them next year. You know what I'm saying? It won't help them. I mean, I can't even talk. Hopefully it don't affect them next year, and then it don't, you know what I'm saying, stop them from flourishing out and stuff. But yeah, y'all, I don't know what is going on, man. Them beetle bugs is tearing up everything. And they ain't start messing with my lemons and limes and stuff yet. You know what I'm saying? They still flourishing out and developing. But I finally got the fertilizer for my lemons and limes, or my citrus fruits. And I'm gonna show y'all that, but that's a different video. But yeah, y'all, I don't know what is going on. So we're gonna have to figure this out. We probably gonna have to put a mesh netting on my berries too, you know what I'm saying, next year, so we won't have this problem, because they tearing up everything, man. This is crazy. Now let's go over here, y'all. All right, y'all. So over here is our potato station, our sweet pepper station, and whatever plant that need to be elevated station. So I really haven't been having that many problems with my sweet peppers or my watermelons, but my potatoes, something been chewing on them too, man. Let me show y'all. If y'all can see, bro, we got a couple holes on our sweet potato leaves over here, but they not really going as crazy. But if you come over here, we had a lot of holes on our regular potatoes. Like, it seemed like they starting to grow back. Some of the leaves started, you know what I'm saying, dying off. Some of them that was getting chewed up on. But we had a lot of holes on our potatoes over here. And I don't know if it was the lantern flies. I don't know if it's the aphids or the ants or something, but something was over here attacking my potatoes. And I don't even know if my potatoes even developing or not, because me and my girl keep on coming over here checking this little flap, and we don't see nothing growing. So we don't even know if the water even getting to the bottom to keep, you know what I'm saying, everything moist and stuff and growing and flourishing out. So I'm gonna probably end up harvesting these real soon, flipping these bags over real soon to see what's in here, because when I look, you know what I'm saying, I just watered these like probably an hour ago, and as you can see, it don't even look like no water got down here. So I don't know, man. We probably gonna have to redo our potatoes, you know what I'm saying, do them a different type of way. This was my first time actually growing in these bags, ordered them bags off of Amazon. So I don't know, you know what I'm saying, if we even got potatoes in that thing. But we had a whole bunch of, you know what I'm saying, problems earlier, you know what I'm saying, the season, earlier during the season, with a whole bunch of bugs chewing on my leaves. And as you can see, we got a whole bunch of holes and stuff, but it seemed like it's doing better. I've been trying to spray this little pesticide on them, you know what I'm saying, this natural pesticide, so they could, you know what I'm saying, stay away and it repel them. And it been actually working and stuff. But after a while, when it rained, you know what I'm saying, and it after it sit for, you know what I'm saying, for a couple days, it started like dissipating and going away, and then the bugs start coming right back. So I don't know, y'all. We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna have to, you know what I'm saying, do everything different next year, because we having too many problems, man. We didn't have this many problems last year. And I believe the reason that we have this many problems this year is because we have way more stuff growing. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna figure it out, man. We got a lot of problems with everything, but we're gonna fix it up. We're gonna see what we need to replant, and we're gonna get it back together. But yeah, y'all, these is the potatoes over here. So we're gonna be probably harvesting these in probably like 2 weeks, see what's in there, and then we're gonna restart our potatoes. But other than that, man, I don't know what's going on. But yeah, y'all, like I was saying, next year we probably gonna have to do a lot of stuff different. And I believe the reason that we having all of these problems is we have a lot of more stuff growing this year than we had last year. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's what's bringing in the bugs. But we're gonna figure it out. I believe we're gonna have success. You know what I'm saying? And the next garden journey. You know what I'm saying? The next year, the next season and stuff. But we just gotta try to find the best ways, the best techniques, the best methods. You know what I'm saying? To get our stuff to flourish out. Like even over here, like look at my pepper plant. Like look at this. Like I don't know what in the world happened to my pepper plant. Like at first I thought it was some type of bug or beetle that probably, you know what I'm saying, got into my soil and started eating on the roots. But I really just don't know what happened to it, man. I should have took a picture of it and, you know what I'm saying, put it in ChatGPT to ask, you know what I'm saying, what it think happened to it. But I don't know. It was flourishing out. It was growing peppers, but then it just ended up, you know what I'm saying, dying like out of nowhere, y'all. And as you can see, all of my other peppers doing good, taking off, but this was the only one that didn't survive. So I don't know what happened to it, man, but we gonna figure it out. We gotta do better next year, but that's all it is, man. It's just a learning lesson. But yeah, y'all, I don't know what in the world happened to this jump. Yeah, y'all, that's how the garden looking, man. So it look like we gonna be resetting a lot of stuff, like redoing our broccoli, our tomatoes, our collard greens over there. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff we gonna have to pull up and probably, you know what I'm saying, burn and stuff, because a lot of the stuff got infested by bugs and stuff, and we don't need that stuff going in our compost. So yeah, y'all, we got a lot of work to do. So the next video, us probably really being in the garden, putting in some work, is us resetting this whole garden. You know what I'm saying? Pulling up stuff that needed to be pulled up, fixing stuff that needed to be fixed. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, getting this thing back in order. But yeah, y'all, this don't feel like a whole disaster, man. It feel like a whole disaster, but we're gonna get it back together, man. But y'all already know, man, it's nature water fish. Y'all know I gotta do it like this every single time. I just wanted to keep y'all updated, show y'all, you know what I'm saying, all the problems I'm having in my garden. And I'm gonna be showing y'all ways that y'all can solve them problems too, you know what I'm saying? But we're gonna have to figure this out, man. But I'm gonna keep y'all updated. I'm gonna keep y'all tuned in. But make sure y'all hit that subscribe button and that like button so y'all won't miss another video, man. And we're gonna keep going crazy, man. But yeah, y'all, we gotta figure this out, cause his garden is looking crazy. It's looking good, but it's looking crazy when you get close up to it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, y'all, we're gonna get it together. But make sure y'all hit that like button, that subscribe button, and y'all already know. Oh man, goddamn God got me going crazy.